It's my pleasure to welcome and introduce Professor Dr. Tatjana Volkova, and she will present strategic foresight as tool for increasing awareness of new role of art and design. Tatjana,
thank you so much. Yeah.
the stage is yours.
Thank you. Dear honors, and at first thank you for inviting, and dear colleagues, it's a big pleasure to be today with you and to share some insights and thinking about strategic role of arts and design in the future and how this role is changing. As you see, my topic is about the future, and thank you for this initiative also to organize these conferences about future, because we are spending more thinking about in which future we will be living. And as you see, that art and design reflects and belongs to the period and culture from which it's created, and then we have to ask ourselves, could art and design could be repositioned in order to enhance better living for us in the future, to increase our well-being. As we see, 21st century, it's very complex and the world is changing very fast around us. And even my generation already experiences so high transformation, and we didn't face such transformation in any time of human history. There is such a variation of world we are living, and I think you notice all that the world has changed. We are living in a big technological shift period of time, and these technologies are growing so rapidly, and new ones being created and change rate. We are living and thinking and doing things around us. And self-driving cars, it's not only about the cars we drive ourselves, but already there are tests about trucks, self-driving trucks from Helsinki to Rotterdam. They've been tested and soon will be on our roads as well. We experience fourth industrial revolution, and it comes, as we know already from 18th century, the first, it was the steam power, and now we've been around Industry 4, created new realities based on the Internet of Things. 5 billion things will be connected soon, and we will see the impacts on our way of living. There is this scale of changes taking place. It's so crucial that this competition from Earth is going already to the space. And $1 trillion industry will be created around space. Mining moon, mining asteroids, Hyperloop will be built to connect, as you see, the whole world, and there are also big investments for that going on. 3 trillion investments will be put into world economy. So it's difficult to even imagine what kind of this impact these technologies will make to different fields and also to the arts, and how arts could be positioned in those technological, due to those technological changes. This 3D printing booms also this architectural sector and decentralized manufacturing. And we see that we can print not only houses, roofs, we can print many items which are shaping the way we are living. So even drawings could be printed. So could imagine your child going to kindergarten, and at the end of days they are bringing this nice piece of his art home saying, "Mom, could you see what I created?" So Oliver Diane said, today machines and technologies are generating deep transformative changes to our world. And how we can flourish as human beings in such age of machines and technologies. How we can retool our civilization and understand how we will live in such extraordinary new world. And then there is an answer, because Peter Hong, who is the head of strategic foresight in Singapore, he said, when we are confronted with such complexities, only way is to explore and to exploit what we are facing, and how we are making our lives to be better in the future. And foresight is a characteristic that enables understanding the lessons from the past, understanding what are realities we are facing today, and of course we have to make better informed decisions by learning from the future what we are going to create and how would our present decisions will be impacting our future. And that's why this past, present and future, I will try to describe how role of arts have changed during this period of times. Because if we focus only on some blind spots of the past or present, we will not lead our thinking towards holistic approach, how this all are connecting, because we are creators of the future. If you look for the economic development trends and society development, we see that we are coming from the cultural age, which been transformed to industrial age, and then now we are living in creativity in digital age, and then the question, what will be next? What will be driving forces for the next challenges, and how we will manage those challenges? And these are economies, also have different names, and resource, efficiency, innovation-driven economy. Also we see that there are so many different types of economies, new names of it having daily almost. Agricultural age, if you look back a little bit, learning from the past, we see that our society has been rather isolated, and art has been in the center of village life because they had different impact on belief system, and they created also necessary items for living because their systems been self-sufficient. In industrial age, the role of art is changing. They move it from the center towards its edge, because the process of art making became secondary to the objects they created for the market in order to satisfy certain needs of society. But now our countries, especially developed countries, are not so dependent on manufacturing. Manufacturing not anymore is a central element of our economies, and that's why future depends on problem solvers creating solutions on a wide range of creative insights. We are living now in creativity in digital age, and we face that artists again could be positioned centrally to our societies, because artists have special capabilities, like being communicators, the solution providers, interpreters, as we see that they could play change agents role in society. And of course, this new transformation towards new means, like digital means, delivers also new tools for artists to be such great creators in our world and also facilitators of change. McLuhan said that we are becoming an increasingly site-oriented society. Somebody says that it's insight economy as well, or site economy. And of course, we are much more dependent on visual information, and we are communicating through pictures, and now it's such big a need to have pictures which are created from big data, what we gather, and the role of arts and design nowadays can't be evaluated. So it means that these capabilities, what artists are possessing, are so in great need for our society to survive and to increase our well-being. Creativity and digital age, of course, the strong middle class exists. People are spending more money on these nice things for building the new environments and nice environments around us, and having more time to go to spend for some entertainment activities, and also to listen to music, to attend art events, and then it means it's so significant to be part of these societies as an artist as well. And artists are also highly valued individual. It should become a highly valued individual, which brings us new dimensions of our life in this technocratic kind of environment we face it in industrial age. This picture I made in Shanghai. I saw this lady sitting and looking around, and I came and talked with her. I said, can I ask you what you are doing? And we were chatting for a while a little bit. And it's her painting, and she said, I'm a millionaire. I said, how it could be possible? And she said, no, I said, try just my paintings. To produce those who paints these laptop covers, and they are just asking me to create new paintings almost daily, and they made it money. So it's a new opportunities also for artists to show their importance and to get some money for living. So this traditional classical arts now been transformed also, and it's possible due to new channels to reach global audiences. Like we enjoy also operas, like so this performance in our cinemas, and also classical music becoming more popular and more diverse to younger audiences. And there are new forms of artists possible, and digital artists are not anymore a big surprise. Of course, after some initial resistance, the impact of digital technology has transformed many activities of art activities, and now it's really widely recognized as artistic practices. Net art, digital installation art, virtual reality, and so on. And these tools and platforms where designers, for example, could position their works to global audience also is helping to know about these new inspirational opportunities, not only for society but also for business. And you can find designers by location, skills, availability, and more, and to invite them to do something for your company or to deliver some personal solutions. There are also opportunities which we use it, and you could send your picture for artists to paint, and this is a new way of for artists to use some for the society. And we see this rise of new professionals, and I could link also this new age with some link like in former Renaissance, because in Renaissance masters became proud of what they are doing, how they create, and they now also could create personal reputation and brand. There are so many activities around creative economy, creative industries. Africa, creative economy is on rise. Creative economy, why I'm talking about economy, so because I'm a professor in strategic management and innovation management, we are teaching how to art means business. And Campus School we have this creative industries management. Yesterday I gave the first lecture for a new batch, and we've been talking what is creative economy. Creative economy is a part of economy sector which are built by combining these creative industries. Of course, all industries need to be creative, but creative economy is a special sector of economy, which are creative industries, and creative industries are now developing much faster than the rest of the economy. And because it's an integral part of global trades, and there are so many conferences around about the topic, and we see that African society is also looking for new tools, new meanings to enhance African development, because they will go faster through this, and maybe will skip some countries this industrialization stage, because normal other countries are providing currently solutions for industrial production, but local production still will be needed, but more and more people will be involved into these creative activities. There are creative cities, and as you see, there are professionals who are working in the field. And future, of course, is uncertain, but there are already some tools invented, and they are applied globally to build perspectives and knowledge about changing role of different disciplines and different sectors. And of course, we have to explore these opportunities and looking how we could shape the future for our well-being. Because I will not tell you much about methodology of strategic foresight, but there are new range of tools appearing, but it's a framework for strategic foresight, because we have to scan our current environment, we have to think about possible and alternative futures, and also we have to create some vision what kind of future we would like to build and shape our actions around that. And there are such nice tools as Future Reveal, because we have to look out, for example, Internet of Things, or these self-driving trucks, or other things could change, the life we are living now, and what will be consequences, and how the other sectors will be impacted. Like, for example, space entrepreneurship, it also could be, they have great impact on our way of doing things already. As I mentioned, in Singapore, there is strategic Foresight center, and it's led by Tika, and it's not only in Singapore where people are looking to have these insights for future and to shape decision making. I would recommend you to look for this future agenda project, Foresight project. There are 1,200 greatest minds gathered together to understand what kind of future we are creating. And there are hundreds of topics around it, and there are some certainties, but 2020 is already very fast approaching. They are thinking already about 2050, and these certainties are the global population imbalance. I think it will continue, key resources constraints, and that's why we need to find creative solutions how to deal with this issue, that shift of wealth in North Asia, and there is possibly also that access. Those trends we see already, but the question about what will be the future after 5, 10, 15, even 20 years. More and more strategic foresight groups are created around the world, like for example this one coming from India, like think tank, creating new policy concepts, because we have to help our politicians to shape policies around the future agenda, not like reflecting on the past and thinking by recreation or giving rebirth for our past experience, we will lead to better future. When today I came to our conference, I listened radio, and new political parties going to be built around philosophies that we need to again to give rebirth to industrial age in Latvia. This is our value, but they don't think that it's already new wave of economy is evolving. Of course, production is needed, but economy needs to be balanced. There is future policy organizations, and what I would like to talk a little bit more, there is a Millennium Project. It's also the global Foresight network. This is only one Foresight network which we've been creating some notes about the new role of arts. And this Millennium Project, they identified 15 challenges world is facing currently. And they created also this global arts and media note for tracking and reporting on latest trends in arts and media, as well as serving resource for artists and content creators and media makers interested in creatively advocating solutions for global challenges. Yeah? This is what they are trying to understand, what new trends in arts and what we need to pay attention in order to follow these decisions. And there is a Center for Conscious Creativity formed by this Millennium Project in 2004 already, but it provides a platform and resources to explore these new roles of arts and media and design. Many conferences are organized mainly in the United States. I think we could expand them to organize some conferences more here, but thank you really, Professor Tatjana, for having this initiative and letting us to think about future. And this is also the latest conference, the State of the Arts in 2016. But what are the main aim of these conferences and platform and center? It's keeping art and design relevant to these new realities we are facing, using also futuristic technologies and understanding also how these new technologies can make it possible for us to collaborate and to create these artists globally for better world. And there was a research delivered that writers, producers, performing artists and others been invited to share their new insights about how and what trends and what new technologies will be appearing, and it will be more important to see only by 2020. Time passed very quickly, and of course they have to repeat this exercise for 2030, 2050, but at least I would like to share what the outcomes been about this responses from 33 countries who signing for the study. And after months of online discussions, they came to some say, projections or seeds which are topical and related to the use of arts, media, I have to say also design around the world. And there was a questionnaire, what would likely happen, what is the importance, what are the comments. This project information is freely available on internet, so I would recommend you to look as well. As an artist and thinkers about the future, we know that there are already multi-touch displays, and here how multi-touch displays been used already for making sense art, and then you can see possibilities. These virtual and art exhibitions and collections of museums are more and more popular, also allowing many people to reach and to visit those museums. Augmented reality allows to embed art in our environment. This is, for example, you see the icon and you can see what artists left in the environment by expansion reality you see. And for artists it allows everyday objects to let's say, to communicate, to tell their stories, to reveal information and to interact with users. There are interactive displays. Then also these thinkers thought that it would have more and more importance in the future because it provides people a way to interact with art. Now there are also companies who are working on this auto stereo 3D displays. Then you can see those pictures without glasses, so it gives again new emotions, new communication tools and new possibilities to consume art. Now this new form scientific art, and you know what is this picture? Who is this picture? Who is on the picture? What is in this picture? I have to say properly. We are facing, especially in autumn, but we are facing many viruses, so it means that this is a virus, one kind of virus, and then you can see what kind of art you could create out of it. So, user-based content creation, we are creating virtual realities, but of course it gives us might give some inspiration, might give new ideas to solve real-time issues, and of course this user-based content is using also for games development. Cyber techno-classical we don't like so much, but nevertheless there are some artists who are blending classical arts with futuristic technologies and immersive cinemas. And in the United States this is the first cinema being already opened. How cinema will look in the future, how we could communicate with our audience about our film content and images, and that's why it means that virtual reality has the capability to transform the user experiences in different ways. Media art cyber healing, that it's already been found that arts-based healing equals to deeper, faster compared to the traditional talk-based therapy. Now these are new ways to also deliver some meaning to society. These are new performances based on interaction of artists with digital puppetry. It's even a new discipline, technoetic arts, a new journal already been published about this. And a little bit about extended role of design. Design also is changing its role, and we hear about design application in many fields of our activities. I could talk long about this new role of design. And it's not about design as a style, and we integrate design into services, but design is applicable also as a source for delivering innovations in business, in public sphere, and also as a transforming industries, creating new industries. So it's being also as a strategic tool. We are teaching to our students among many, I don't know, it's very sensitive, you see, it's so sensitive. Value proposition design, design-driven toolbox, how to support companies, and social design, and even Harvard Business Review is concerned about design thinking as a tool to provide new solutions, and companies are appointing chief design officers. we see is Eve. It's a chief design officer reporting to the chief executive, to Tim Cook, and he is responsible for all design people. See what minds this person should know and should have, and what he has to possess, what kind of competencies to be able to look for feel of people, hardware, user interface, packaging, major architectural projects, and so on. In Canada, there is a university who is delivering already master of design, strategic foresight and innovation. Would you like to study in such a program? Huh?
We would like to create this.
We would like to create. This is opportunity, you see. And what is this program about? Strategic foresight and innovation, creating a new kind of designer, a strategist who sees the world from a human perspective and receives what is possible, an innovator who can imagine, plan, and develop a better world. And new role of arts and artists in its civil role. It's more about mobilizing community engagement and encouraging people to take part in civil life. When we face so high level of youth unemployment, we have to collaborate also through different platforms by using our arts organizations to enable society development and also to connect human beings to their soul, because in the industrial age people being disconnected from what they've been meant to do, was self-realization, self-actualization, the highest level of Maslow hierarchy needs. And in some countries there are still this disconnection takes place, but in China, government is already sponsoring or supporting, subsidizing robots for companies. And there is companies who are replacing humans by robots. 90% humans being replaced by robots because increase productivity, and people are not happy to be a kind of machines or screw in these big mechanisms. So we will see also unemployment rise in certain parts in China, and that's why governments need to have an active role to repositioning policies of countries in order to give people more opportunities, and strategic foresight has to think about how this role can be strengthened and how role of arts and design can be strengthened through policy change and practical support. Strategic foresight has 5 levels. If you look to those 5 levels, what do you think on which level our societies are? I see the colleague from Finland, you are a little bit further than Latvia, yeah? And there are maybe other countries which are a little bit further. And thanks to your initiative in Latvia, we also are starting to think about future agendas, but it's still long way to go when this long-term thinking becomes a social norm. It needs to be facilitated, and in Finland you will have also strategic foresight, some group or center on the country level, the national level. Yeah? And the subsequent studies are needed, and I think we all could take part and participate and initiate, because it helps to increase awareness about the new role of arts and design and creativity in particular, and we could identify areas what are important for humanity, for our well-being, and but are in greater need of attention, visibility or support. And of course this societal change can be maximized by our joint efforts to strategically position arts and design as an effective tools of transformation for creating better future. Because I think it's not a question anymore, could art and design could be repositioned, because it already takes place. But Albert Einstein said the important thing is not to stop questioning. That's why it's strategic foresight role. And thank you for listening, and it was my great pleasure to communicate with you during this